They look set to make a very promising signing, and that's Ben White from Brighton, obviously part of the Euro squad England squad for Euro 2020. Good signing, very good signing. 50 million. Surprised by that, but I guess there is a premium on Premier League English talent nowadays.
Because he's English, he's young, he's 23, he's proven that he can play in the Premier League. And 3 seasons ago, Arsenal played Leeds in the FA Cup at the Emirates.
Danny loves him, by the way.
And Leeds should have been, I just remember the game, Leeds should have been 3 or 4 up in the first 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was on loan, and I watched him, and I thought, he's a player that Arsenal should be in for, because he's good on the ball, he's good bringing it out from the back. But Dan, you've seen him play as well. He's very calm. He's a very calm defender. He can play right back. He can play holding midfield player. But as a centre half, I think he has the ability to be better than John Stones and Harry Maguire, from what I've seen of him. And as an Arsenal fan, 50 million quid, happy days. It's a statement of intent. That's what the going rate is. So if it does get across the line, that's a fantastic signing for Arsenal.
Yeah, they need it as well, don't they, Dad? I mean, I look at this Arsenal squad, and, as I look at the top 4, what I think will be the top 4 come the end of the season, and Arsenal still, even with this signing, even with other rumours as well about Neves possibly coming to the club, and, they're maybe looking at Denzel Dumfries, they look miles off the top 4 for me.
The only thing I'm surprised at, that Ben White's gone to Arsenal, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Perry, but I think he's...
Speak your mind, Dan.
It sort of used to be, Perry. Let's be honest.
It's a big club that aren't very good at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So let's assume he's going to be at Arsenal for 2 or 3 years at least before he goes somewhere else. I just think he's better than that.
Why would he go somewhere else, Dan?
Because he got better chance of winning things. What's he going to win at Arsenal? League Cup if he's lucky?
FA Cup.
Well, they won the FA Cup 2 years ago.
Maybe the FA Cup, but they're not in, European football, which he's going to want to be in, and want to be in around that helps him with the England squad and all those sorts of things. It's going to be a while till Arsenal win the Champions League again. Winning the Premier League, looking probably 7 or 8 years down the line, he might be retiring, by that stage. I think he's an exceptional player, and I think it's a fantastic signing for Arsenal. I'm just a little bit surprised that Manchester United, who are looking for a centre-half, haven't come in for him. Other teams that maybe need a centre half haven't come in for him, of that level.
Dan, is the issue maybe
even
not him being
desperate?
Yeah, Tottenham's an interesting one. Obviously, there was talk about Liverpool, Man City, United. Is the problem for him? When I look at those 3 clubs, he's not guaranteed to start for all 3, is he? Whereas maybe for Arsenal, he's a guaranteed starter.
You're guaranteed, but you have to back.
Guaranteed.
As good as what Danny thinks he is and what I think that he is, then you have to back. Look, I've got to be honest, I'm pleased that none of the other bigger clubs at the moment, the similar stature clubs.
That's what I mean. It's a real coup for Arsenal, isn't it? I think.
But as an Arsenal, I'm saying as an Arsenal fan, it's a statement of intent. But there's a lot more that needs to be added to Arsenal. There's a lot more that Arteta needs to do to get us. We're battling now to get into 4th position. That's where our progression is.
It's a big battle, isn't it?
It's a big battle, but I'm looking. It is Arteta's group of players this season, because you have to get players out as well rather than getting players in. So Arteta doesn't have any excuses now. He's going to be under massive pressure. The first 4 or 5 games in the start of the season isn't particularly easy. He's got to get the best out of Aubameyang, where I don't think he handled him particularly well with senior players. Thomas Partey, who I saw yesterday against Rangers.
You watched Aubameyang yesterday.
Aubameyang looked very, very... He missed 4 or 5 decent chances, but I wasn't really worried, because that's more pre-season stuff where you're not quite sharp in your finishing, because of his history of his finishing is very good.
Yeah.
But Arteta has to learn how to manage players like Aubameyang, because you manage players by different rules. When you say, I'm going to manage everybody exactly the same and I'm going to be very strict, but the better player you are, the more that you do get away with, and you have to give them a bit more leeway. He's got to get more out of Thomas Partey. When he played against Manchester United at Old Trafford last year, he looked absolutely outstanding. Then he got a few injuries. I thought the intensity of the Premier League sort of caught up with him on muscular injuries. He looked fitter yesterday. I think we still need another right back. We still need maybe a centre midfield player to go alongside Partey. So there's still a lot to go.
Realistically, though, Pell, I think we could keep going, by the way. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 more, and that's not being disrespectful. I think in terms of the way you want to catch City, United, Liverpool, realistically, though, how many of those can you get? Like, realistically, I mean, Arsenal don't spend big money every single window.
That is 50 million. For
That's
Arsenal.
it then, isn't it?
But then
that
you've got
be
to get,
unless you get rid of stuff.
Getting players, getting players out. So when Doozy's gone, then you're looking at players like maybe Nketiah.
Xhaka, I guess, to Juve or Roma.
Exactly, Bellerin. So what you're doing is you're getting players off the wages as well. And you ain't going to get a big transfer fees. But as I say, this is... Arteta sometimes, I think, tries to micromanage, and maybe on the touchline he's a bit too intense through the whole game. Whereas when things are going well, sometimes the manager, you've just got to let it go for 10, 15 minutes. But he's passing every ball. He's telling to close down. He's telling to drop off. And as a player, sometimes you think, we're all right at the moment. When your team's not producing and not playing very well, and Arsenal being inconsistent, not just from game to game, Arsenal inconsistent in games. So he's learning his trade as well. That's what you're batting against. But there's no excuses. The Arsenal fans are split. It's 50-50 at the moment.
With Arteta?
Yes, we won the FA Cup. That gives you leeway.
Was that the problem? Was that the issue?
No, the FA
sounds
Cup...
silly, winning trophies.
No.
Did it not, though,
that's never a
create
problem.
a false pretense as to where Arsenal
papers
are?
over the cracks a little
That's
bit,
what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I'd
well.
rather paper over the cracks and win trophies. Winning trophies is what football's all about. And
yeah, I get that.
I thought he would have kicked on, and he didn't. As I said, I don't know what you think, Dan. I think that his management style is like Pep Guardiola, very intense, and sometimes he changes team shape too often and tactics, and tries to be like Guardiola. And you need just to have a bit more stability. So there's a lot going on, but I'm quite optimistic if Ben White is the first one, but then there's another 2 or 3 that need to be coming in.